Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Johnny B, JB Diamond Hands, and hope you're all having a wonderful day wherever you may be. I just thought I would give you a bit of progress updates on my adventure mode. I will give you a bit of tips and tricks on certain levels, and just show you my progress. And I also want to show you how the challenge mode works. So, without further ado, let's jump on in. Okay, so I'm going to just show you my crabs that I have. So I've now managed to get my account up to level 48, which is, I think, pretty far for the battle game only being launched about a month. And I've seen there's a lot of players that are much further than I am, but I think those are guys who have got quite a lot of teams and they're able to do quite a lot of mining and collect quite a lot of shells in order to upgrade their crabs. So this is a new guy that I got, a new crab, named him Rocky, which is actually quite a cool feature. You can rename your crab on your account. So each crab you can just give them a name instead of it being Crabada 323, whatever it's called. So I wish it would actually change it. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. So anyway, so I've upgraded my top 3 to level 48, and it's a slow grind trying to get these guys all to high levels, because obviously you're limited to the amount of teams you have and to the amount of shells that you can collect. Previously you were able to move your crabs to different accounts and level them up, but it is they have now made it against the rules. I did it on one account, but it's a bit of a mission to do. It's time consuming, so I'd rather just carry on the way it normally is done, just grind it out. This guy is an absolute tank. If you can get a surge, I know crabs are going for super cheap at the moment, so if you can get a surge, get one of these guys. This guy's got an ace axe, which doesn't deal too much damage, but I didn't buy him for his attack, I bought him for his defense. So he deals 215% damage on his special, and he's got glancing. So glancing, as it says there, 50% enemy's normal attack to be missed for 2 turns with a 20% chance. So that means when he hits him, he's got a 20% chance of activating this special from the eyes. It's a very cool special, eye special to have, because my favorite crab, the organic with Crabada pincers, he does that every turn. Every special he gets, he activates 3 onto each opponent. But I've been through that in previous videos, you can go and look that up. So yeah, we'll show you my progress. I'm currently on level 48. So here's a tip here, which a lot of people don't know. When you're limited by your account level. So if you're on level 48, that means you can only upgrade your crab to level 48. So like now, for example, I want to upgrade this guy, but I can't because my account level, he's at his max that he can go. So I cannot upgrade him any further. So that is one thing to realize. Then let's go to adventure mode, show you my progress. So I've managed to clear all 3 stars up until I think level 50. So let's go, level 50, no, even more, up to level 54. So level 50 was quite a challenge. I was stuck on level 50 for quite a while. Obviously now it's a lot easier for me because I have, I've got much higher crabs, which is why I managed to get 3 stars. But as you progress, you get your crabs higher, and it becomes easier to go back and complete all the 3 stars. Level 58 took me a long time to do. Long time when I say it's probably at least a week, and that was because of this guy. He is an absolute tank, and he just can take so much damage. And what he's got is he's also got a shield. So and that shield seems to activate a lot more for him than it does for, you know, his special eyes, his special eye attack. So basically for 2 turns he takes 0 damage, and it happens quite often. So it took me quite a while to get through this, but as I upgraded my crabs, I think my crabs were on level 40 when I cleared this level. But you can see even with my level 48 I can still only get a 1 star, and like it's bare bones at the end. I think I'll get like 1 shot. Even now I don't think I'll pass it. It's just a matter of luck in terms of when your crabs specials activate, when their eye activates, because you can see here my pincer power is 56,000 and theirs is 64,000. So they're much stronger than me, but obviously with the specials that you have and the amount of positioning you have, it's based on luck. So level 58 is a big challenge. As you can see, I've completed it with these 3 crabs. To be honest, I don't use any of the other crabs because they are, you know, they're not high enough, and also I think this one will become quite effective once I've leveled him up. It's the same eye effect as that one, and what that does actually, that pincer of this gem, is it actually increases each of your crabs' next damage to be an extra 30%, or it's 30% of their max health. So basically what that means is when your next crab attacks, so if they have a special that's loaded up and ready to go, and if you got to time it perfectly, so this crab would actually activate first before these crabs, and then that would get a 30% of their max next hit of their health power. So let me just show you that so you can see. So for example, let's just read it so you can get that, which is actually a pretty cool one to have, but as you progress higher. So you can see here the special is, it's 35%. Okay, so it gives the increased 35% damage in the next attack. Okay, sorry, so I was actually confusing it with another crab pincer power. So this one deals 35% in the next attack. So if you can time this one with a special at such a high level, they get an extra 35% attack, and that can make a big difference. So this one will actually be one of my next crabs that I take all the way, probably will be my 4th crab, because this one can also take a lot of damage as well. So let me go back to, so now a few other tips and tricks in terms of a lot of people that I've been speaking to in the Discord, and a couple of my friends, they just keep running the same format. So you got to just try different formats in terms of layouts, so where your crabs are actually sitting. So for example, you may want to switch these 2 around, because maybe not in this particular instance, but for example, if you have a different, let's go to number 58. So for example, these 2 you want to get done as quick as possible, but they'll be dealing damage because these 2 will attack these 2 tiles first before they start attacking down here, and obviously the front gets attacked first before the back. So if there's a crab on the front, it will always get attacked first, provided they're not diagonally opposite each other. So how that works is this crab would be able to attack this crab on a special, but not on a normal. So there's just different layers. I will go through it now on the white paper so you can see how that works. So let me go then so I can show you that. So here are the formation rules. It's very simple to understand. So you basically got your front line priority, which is, this is your front line, that's their opponent's front line, and whatever's in here in the front will attack first as opposed to what's here in the back. So this is where you can just plan decide which, depending on who your opponents are, where to put which crabs. So you may want to put two of your strongest crabs in the front and one of them in the back. But for example, depending if you have an opponent here and you want to get this guy killed first, then what you need to do is, put your two strongest crabs in the front and then this one at the back, because then your two at the front front line will kill this guy, and then this stronger crab can attack this crab over here. So your front line will be attacked first. It's pretty simple, self-explanatory, and then obviously row ones will attack row ones, row twos, row two, and row three, row three. On the odd occasion where you have certain taunting specials, your one crab will then go to that crab. So taunt means that even though this crab is supposed to attack frontline, if this special crab has a taunt special, then you will attack that crab. It can become useful in certain scenarios, but it's not an ideal crab to have, a special to have. So that being said, let me go back to these crabs here. Okay, so I just also wanted to show the rest of my progress. I'm currently stuck on level 70, which is it's quite a strong one. So you can see here my priority, putting two on the front and one on the back, because I want to get this guy. As you go along, this guy takes a lot of damage. So before you can even attack these two, you have to kill him first. But you can see here now, which I've found a very cool crab being on this one, is this is a Ceylon organic with Ceylon pincers, and it's actually a very cool crab to have. And you can see that I've just added immunity. So what that means is this immunity now, they can't take any of this crab now is useless. So and you can see by the price in the marketplace that this crab has now become one of the popular ones, because it can take no bad damage, or not damage, but it can take no bad effects from, for example, the Crabada. So now it cannot have any glancing effects, and it effectively makes this crab useless. So, which is actually a very nice skill to have. That is probably going to be my next purchase, because this is going to take a while for me to get through this until my crabs are leveled up probably to 55, which will take a week, maybe 10 days, depending on how quickly I can get them up. But also, again, they've now limited the amount of stars you can get now. So what's happening on that, you can see here when I actually do a mine and you collect your rewards. Let's see, yes, let me start a mine so you can see. So when I want to start a mine now, and usually you get stars, but now I'm like only getting maybe 300 stars a day. So the first 3 mines that I do, and now after those 3 mines, they don't give you the stars anymore. So they're obviously doing that to stagger your progress. So they now obviously don't want you to progress so quickly in the game, which is why they're also putting that patch of moving your crabs to a different wallet, leveling them up and moving them back. So now what's going to happen with that is they are now, if you try and move your crabs to a different wallet, they are going to reset your crab. So your crab will go to level 1 if you move it out of your wallet. So you can no longer sell crabs. It used to transfer over, but as of the 20th of June, they're stopping that. So, which people were exploiting, to try and level up a lot quicker. And a lot of whales have got 150 teams, and so they were leveling up a lot quicker and advancing. I mean, there's some guys here, when I go to this adventure mode, there's some guys who are on level, like they're approaching these levels here, level 90. And when you get to level 100, obviously the kind of crabs you must have for that are pretty intense. So there was something else that I wanted to show you. Oh yes, so on the inventory, now once you obviously start leveling up, and you start passing those levels, then it unlocks these food rewards, which is actually pretty cool, because you can now get different food. And so what this one now does is, the only difference between these is that it gives you extra health when you're leveling up your crabs. Oh, sorry, not leveling up, when you're feeding them. So for example, now you can see, let me go to a crab. Yeah, this one is on 10. Okay, so it's just easier to see. So when I feed this crab a sandwich, it'll go to 20. When I feed this crab a a skewer, it will go to 31. When I feed him it'll go to 32, and when I feed, it'll go to 35. So that's 25, 22, 21, and 10. So obviously, just as you progress in the game, it's not really much of a muchness. The TUS earning is still the same. So when you're on your TUS earning, when you're earning your TUS, it's the same. You still convert 1 for 1. So I can show you that here. Converting, it's still 1 to 1 of those levels that you've earned. 1 to 1. Sorry. 1 to 1, and again, they're also 1 to 1. That's also TUS earning. So, but my crabs are on level 48, and when I go to, and I'll just mine in this level here, UP1, I'm getting smoked. And obviously other people's crabs are a lot stronger than mine. So yeah, so that's my progress. The next, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments down below. I'm happy to give tips and tricks as I come along. Let me go to the challenge section. So challenge section is pretty cool. How you do that is, I'll show you now. You will either host or scan a code. So what you'll do then is you click on host and you put in a fee. So how this fee works is, you will now put in this fee. So say for instance you want to do 250 TUS, and so what will happen is you click confirm, and whoever loses the fight will pay that 250 TUS. So or whatever it is, you can make it whatever you want, but it's a cool way of like challenging your friends. So you send them that ticket. If you don't want to, you can, if they don't have, like for example on their phone, they can just scan the code, or you can put in the challenge ID. So there's an ID on each card, so you can see here. There's the ID there, X, whatever that was, and you can challenge that. That's how you challenge them. So, and then this is what the ticket looks like. So when you go to the actual ticket, you want to send it out. That's the ticket, and you can share that. It'll open up in your share preferences, and you can send it as an image. And then your opponent will scan that, and it'll automatically go into the fight. And obviously, whoever wins will then pay that fee. And it's a way of just challenging your friends. There are going to be some tournaments launching by Crabada and a few other communities, so I will follow up on that and keep you guys updated. Until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and until the next video. Cheers guys, bye.